So I finally decided to create a demo of how we could send an SMS directly from a React Native app, as most of what is online currently sends messages using this expo SMS library, which doesn't directly really send the message. So finally, eventually, we had to really research and find a way to do this, and that's what we'll be demonstrating here. Also, there's a caveat here, so we can't use expo with this. So to do this, we have to create a React Native bare workflow. You can read more about that on the React Native setting up your environment. So notice this one is a little bit different compared to getting started with expo. So we'll not even use this command to create our application. So we'll move away from expo and we'll have to create an unmanaged React application. So there are caveats also to consider. You can read more about that on this site and all the items you need. But this is beyond the scope of this video. We'll just show the implementation, and once you've set up your environment, you can now follow along. Okay, so yeah, you can read more on this. Link will be in the description. So now, let's begin. So I'll just go into my working directory, and here I have the command in my history. The command we use for the bare workflow is this one, different from what React Expo. So this one creates a bare workflow without expo. So once you run this, you'll be prompted for the name of your application. And for me, I decided to call it easy. And since this takes a lot of time, I already ran this command and created this project beforehand. So now I can just go into my app, which I called easy because it's really easy. Yeah, and this is what you get right off the bat. So what you'll need is we won't need any JavaScript library. We'll be writing everything we need on our own. And what we need is a Kotlin. It's a built-in library that will be sending the SMS for us. This is the SMS manager baked into the into the Kotlin ecosystem, so to say, for lack of a better word. Okay, so to write this, we'll go into our Android. Since we are developing for Android at the moment, I'm not sure if this will work for iOS. I haven't tested this. And this, since it's not Expo managed, I doubt it will run on Android, but that's actually incorrect. So let me just stop talking. Let's get cracking. So Android app source Java. Android app source main, Java. And here we'll create our native implementation. So before we even begin on this, let's see how the app will look like. So to know how to run this project, we check the README. So I already know this, so I'm just gonna do this to save on time. So you need two terminals, one for the Metro bundler and the second one for bundling your application into an APK. So once this command finishes or is complete, now you can run the second command, which is listed in step 2. And what this will do, it will compile your application into an APK and install it on your phone. So you need to have your phone plugged in via USB cable, and have the developer options set to true. So right now, let's see how this will look like. Let me just delete this for now. Let's just run the app and see how it looks without having added anything. So this will take some time. So I'll skip to the point where it's done. Okay, so once the build is successful, the app will be installed on your phone, and now the Metro will take over. So you'll see bundling here, and now you no longer need this application. So now on your mobile, if I could share my phone screen, so there's a prompt here. I'll just say allow, and this is now the compiled application. So all this is now in the app TSX, and we can demo that by changing something here. So let's find welcome, and let's say goodbye. But where is that? Okay, section. Okay, seems to be coming from somewhere else. So just to show that this is where it's coming from, let's remove this scroll view. Yeah, so we know that we are in. Okay, now let's get cracking. So now in our native implementation, we'll create our two files. So that's the direct message module, and then the direct message package, the Kotlin. Okay, so in our module, uh, we'll create the function that now sends the messages natively inside the app. So this should be replaced with the name of your application. That should be the name over here at the end of the Java folder, or the name you placed in the terminal when you're creating the project. Okay. So since this is more of a Kotlin, I won't really go into the, just know that you're creating a function that is sending a message natively. So you can skip over and go to the finish section. Now we'll be porting this over to the JavaScript side. So now we need to package this using the packager now. So this is really the function that will be sending the messages, and we'll need to somehow send this through a bridge, the React bridge over to the JavaScript side. So first of all, it needs to be packaged. So I'll just quickly start up a package for this. So you can skip to the end as I chop. Okay, so hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. Took quite long. So now we need to register the package with the main application for Java. So right now they are not attached to our project. So the way to do that is to now add the package in this dependency array. So and what you add is the package, not the module, and you call it like so. And this should port this functionality in the module over to the React side. Interesting. So that's the React bridge. So just to test that all this works, I hope it's safe. We need to rerun. We need to recompile because this is a native implementation. We'll have to recompile our application. Let me see if reload is enough. So let's rebuild the application one more time. So if everything is okay, we shouldn't get any error, but if there was a problem, the build will fail. Okay, so we have a couple of issues. So class direct messages is not abstract and does not implement the direct messaging module. So let's see that. Must be initialized as manager. Are you initializing this? Ah, sorry. I see what the issue is. Yeah, I believe that's it. Okay, this should be good. Okay, let's see this. Let's try that. And one more thing, we need to pass the send SMS permission to the manifest. So that's in Android app source, Android manifest. And by default, there is the internet permission, so you need to add the send SMS permission as well. So get name think we have a typo. Is this? SMS manager. Get name. Where's get name? Sorry. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Okay. Yeah. So adding the permission here will not cause the app to ask for the permission. You will still need to manually ask for the permission on the React Native side, and we'll see how to do that in a few once this compiles successfully. So still fighting some run build time, compile time errors. Create view managers must be abstract. So this is the package. Okay. Is there again? Create view managers. Create view managers. I have create view modules. Managers. Hmm. So the error lies in here. This should be a comma since this is a list that is being enumerated over. So typo. Okay, let's run this one more time. Fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Installing. We're in the clear. We're in the clear. Perfect. 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 So let's take a look at this on the mobile. Okay. So we are good. Now, the way we access the native files or the native function from the JS side through the bridge is using the React native modules. Okay, so we'll quickly show how we can implement this. So we'll create a app folder which will host now our source code. So you don't really need to do this. It's just a muscle memory thing. Let's call this utility. And within utility, let's create SMS sender. Send the JS. Okay, so in here we'll get our native modules from React Native. Then we can now destructure our direct message module from native modules. So the JavaScript side is already aware of this module since we registered it in the main application. So let's just define a function that we will call to send a message. This message will expect a mobile phone number and SMS. So if mobile is a mobile phone, let's try to send this message. So we'll just now call our direct, and this is a Codium providing intelligence. So we are calling our direct message module, and then we are calling the send SMS function within the direct message module. Okay, so we'll catch error and log the error. So have an excess calibrates. Excess. Okay, and then we'll just export using calibrates. So this is a named export. Okay, so we are calling the send SMS from direct. So this calls the native function from the JS side. How cool is that? So as beautiful as this is, still won't work because we need to still request for the user permission. And the way to do that, let's create a hook. So let's do hooks. Again, you don't need to structure your files like this. So let's make this. So in our use permission is now where we now ask for the user to manually grant permission. And the library we use for this is the permissions Android, which comes installed inside with React Native. So no third-party libraries, guys. Huh? Use permissions. Let's call our function this. Okay. So we'll go over this in a few. So this is pretty much a use effect that will be called, and it will request. It also, we are defining a function within the use effect, an async function. So we need to provide these uh, parameters when we are asking for the permission, even though Android will still use its own. So we'll see that in the phone. So this is not actually the permission I want. This is the location permission. So let us just write our own. Okay, this is one of the limitations of AI now. So issue with the parentheses, let me just get rid of all this. Okay, very good. Now we need one more. So let's define our own function. So request SMS permission. And so this is okay, now it understands. We need to request for the send SMS permission. Okay, and we don't need this. So once it is granted, try. Where's the end of this? I need to catch any error. Okay, so we try, get the permission, we catch any error, if any, then we close our request permission function, and then we call our request permission function. So we actually don't need these two, do we? Okay, we need one. Okay, and we just export this. Sorry, that took longer than expected. Use permissions. Okay, so now in our app tsx, we'll import. Let me just get rid of this. Now I get into this, so let me just import, sorry, import our request permission. Use permission. Okay, where's our intelligence? Permissions. And then we'll just call this. So just so you see this on the phone, as we are doing this, I'll just show this side by side. Yeah, and here we go. So allow easy to send and view SMS messages. Yeah, send. Okay, allow. So now the permissions have been granted, and now we can now safely invoke send SMS. So from our app tsx, let's do that. So let's import send SMS, and then down here, send SMS, and I'm gonna pass in my phone number. It's not my phone. Okay, I have a better way of doing this. So let's just use AI in development. So using Codion, the extension, sorry, laziness. So let it do its stuff. And on the phone, our application is installed as an APK. So once the AI is done, we need to accept the code. Okay. So you have a text input and another input for the mobile, and there's the handle and send SMS. Okay, so let's refresh this by pressing R. Yeah, and here we have a basic form. So let's see whether this works. So I'm gonna send the message to this form. So for some reason, the function isn't getting called. So now we know we're importing it from. Let me check debugging. Okay, so the reason it's not sending the SMS is because you are calling the wrong function here. Sorry, this is supposed to be send direct SMS as we had defined it in our app source main. And in our module, if we take a look in here, the function we are trying to call is send direct SMS. The function we are calling send SMS does not exist, so sorry about that. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, oh, we still have another bug. The function is not being called from app from our main app. Okay, actually it is. So here is the message and it was sent. So we see it here. So let's send a different message just to test this. So I wrote finally. So for some reason I'm not getting any logs. For some reason, but that's the list of our issues now. Perfect. So guys, that's how you can send SMSs directly from React Native without relying on any library. Yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time.